What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Frayed Brush. I'm Big Aaron. Got a little bit of a different video this time. Not doing any painting on a figure. Was watching. Actually, going to be two reviews in one here. I was watching Barbatos Rex's channel, and I'll give a link to that down below. Remember, when you go over to his channel and subscribe, leave a comment saying Big Aaron sent you. But one thing he had that looked pretty amazing was he had these color test cards, right? And I ordered a few boxes of them, and I ordered mine from Robot Kai. And one cool thing, I got a magnet, kind of cool. You usually get stickers. I got a magnet this time, so that's pretty cool. But these color test cards, they come in two different types. I got the black and white ones. They also have a gray and pink set. It's got a little ring. Let's get these open real quick. And these are pretty interesting because I know a lot of people do, color swatches and the like. But we're going to use these for airbrush. And here's some comes with some divider cards. Okay, so I guess you could maybe divide between matte, gloss, semi-gloss, metallics, regular. I guess if you're doing regular acrylics or lacquer based or alcohol based, you could separate them. But here's what the card looks like, okay? You can put the color number series. If you're mixing it, you can put what percentage of each ingredient of the mixture you use. It also goes with the black and the white, okay? So we're going to use the airbrush a little bit today. And that's going to be the first thing we're going to be kind of reviewing, okay? Oh, and then each card punches out up here in the corner. And you can use the little ring that comes with them. Goodness, there we go. And then, once you've got your whole set, you can just throw them on there, and you got all your little cards on a ring. You can just kind of flip through. So we'll take this off here because I don't want to airbrush it while it's on the ring. We'll come back to that later. Another thing I got was the Warpaint Air starter set. This box was in kind of rough shape. Everything was messed up inside, so I wasn't going to worry about taking it out of the box on camera. But you can see it comes with matte black, matte white, green skin, demonic yellow, pure red, leather brown, uniform gray, skeleton bone, alien purple, plate mail metal, ultramarine blue, and barbarian flesh. Okay. Now I've never used these before, and I wanted to give them a fair shot. So what I did was for let me find it here. Okay, so the pure red comes in the set. Okay, now if you turn it over on the back here, I really like what they did with this. It has Archangel Red, Pure Red, and Carmine Red. Okay, but the Pure Red is lit up, and it basically goes base, mid, high. So it works on the triad system. So I went and I got the bases and the highs for almost all the colors that came in the starter set. I didn't do the metallic and I didn't do the skeleton bone. But so this triad right here, we've got the base, we got the mid, and we got the high. I really like the way they laid that system out. So since I've got these new paints and I want to know what they look like, we're going to airbrush these Army Painter War Painter Airs on the new cards we got. Okay, so it shouldn't take too long. I'm gonna have to rinse out the airbrush between each color, but we'll go ahead and I'm just gonna do it right here on my desk. So it'll get a little bit messy, but it'll be okay. And we're gonna see how these do over top of the cards. It also, another thing I'm going to try too, is it also came with their matte gray air primer. So we'll spray that on one of the cards as well, and then see how it looks. So I'm not going to cut the film. What I will do is I will speed up through the cleaning the airbrush and everything like that, and probably not show every single thing at just 100% speed. So let's get the air compressor turned on and let's get started. Okay, so I just did the first 9 here really quick. I'm really kind of digging the cards. I think it really gives you a true read of what the color is going to be like for the most part. I mean, a neutral gray gives you the best read of any colors, as a background. But I think this does a really good job of giving you a good idea of how your paint colors are going to turn out. So I'm not going to bore you with making you watch me do I've got 20 more bottles to do. First 9 didn't take too long. But I'm going to go ahead and cut here, and we'll be back in just a second to check out all 20 colors and see what we think about them. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we're done. All the paint color cards are done. Here is the layout of the paints that I purchased. We got the primer. So the colors that come in the original box set that I showed you previously are the middle color of each triad, okay? Minus the skeleton bone. I did not get the base and high for the skeleton bone. I didn't see it, necessary. So here are the paint cards, okay? I like the way they turned out. You can tell my bad handwriting. They all seem to cover really well, except, orange was a little rough over the black. This line right here, in the light spot in the middle, totally my fault. User error there, but the others came out really well. I will say you want to give the paints a few minutes to dry before you mess with them, because you can see on the feral green here where I touched it and it smudged a little bit. Now I didn't do a deep cleaning on my airbrush between colors here, just because it was taking forever with this many paints to go through. One thing I did notice was the rawhide brown. I had a lot of splattering on it. Now granted, I had been through this many colors before I got to this one. Like I said, I didn't clean it in between colors, really just rinsed out with water. This one splattered a lot, but the ones after it came out okay. So I think the rawhide brown might be just a touch bit thinner. The grays look good, and one interesting thing about the grays, we've got the 3 grays here. We've got regiment gray, uniform gray, and cadre gray. And I thought it was pretty interesting because you could tell a huge difference between the grays and the primer. So it's gray primer, but I mean you can tell how the gray primer covered both colors extremely well, and you can still tell the difference between the white and the black on the regular acrylic paints. Another thing I noticed was on the where'd it go? Here we go. On the paint mill metal. Now, it could have been due to me not mixing it up real well. There's the skeleton bone. Matte black, matte white. There's the primer. So here's the first plate mill metal. I've got a vortex type mixer that I use to mix up my acrylic paints, and all these come with a mixing ball in them. So I had it on there for 30 seconds or so, and it was extremely thick. Okay, and this is how it came out. I had a hard time pushing it through my airbrush just straight out of the bottle like I did all the other air colors. It got to the point that I actually had to thin it myself, and the one I thinned, that's how it came out. And you can tell it's a huge difference between the two. So I would say if you pick up the metallics from the Warpaints Airline, you'll definitely want to have it in the back of your mind. You might have to thin it yourself a little bit. Once I thinned it myself, and this is a bottle I use, it's 10% airbrush medium, 10% airbrush thinner, and then the rest is water. So I put about 3 drops in there with the paint. Just use my brush to mix it up, or we'll finish spraying it, and you can tell how great it came out. All in all, the paints are nice. I like them. I'm starting to get into doing the larger scale figures, busts, statues, whatever you might like to call them. So I do like the airbrush paints. I would be leery of the metallics. I use my go-to for metallics is the Vallejo Metal Color, and I was actually going to have a comparison card for the Vallejo Metal Colors to compare to the Army Painter Metallics, but I'm not real good with an airbrush, so you can tell that didn't come out the best. This one thin line right here along the edge is probably about the best read you can get off of this entire card. Now, let's talk about the amount of the test paint cards you get. So this is about 29? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So this was 29 paints to go through, plus the cover card. So there's 30 here. Actually 31 here. I did 2 metallics, plus this one, that's 32, okay? And then there are still all of these left in the one box, plus your divider cards. So it's really great values. Check it out. I'll be sure and link the Robot Kai store below where you can pick up these Hobby My Paint cards. I'll be sure and throw Barbatos Rex's link in the description as well, since I found out about the color cards from him. And I just recently, literally within like the last 5 minutes, was looking through Discord and found someone else that had been doing some hobby test color cards, and they actually have some from Display that have, grab one here. They actually have white, gray, and black. So we might look into getting some of those, checking them out. I'm not sure. But anyway, the cards, they're great to have. The paints are great for reasons for another video. Even though I like these paints, I won't be buying any more of them. We'll get into that in a different video though. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out the paints if you can. If you've got some extra money, you can get a few free ones, whatever the case may be. Give them a chance. I really like the primer. I like the way it came out straight through the airbrush out of the bottle. It was nice. I like the cards. I can see a lot of these getting done with my paints. So other than that, I hope you liked the video. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, and until next time, tell them Big Aaron sent you.